Totes Recall.
Welcome to Totes Recall, the podcast where we talk about a movie we don't remember very well, hit pause, go watch that movie while eating 2 pizzas and 2 salads. Thank you, patrons. We come back. Now we know a lot more, and we are in the current year, which right now is 2025.
Don't dox us.
Don't dox us. Nope. Okay. Now we
Also,
know.
it's not 2025.
What?
It's not.
Well, depending on when you're listening to this. Maybe
sure.
it is, but
Don't dox yourself.
but if you're listening to this first day it's out, 2024.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So depending on when you're listening to it. Anyway, we have eyes of the current day, and we are profoundly affected by what we've seen.
Yes.
Most of our bets are wrong. I'm Molly.
I am Dan, usually known as also Dan.
And I'm Beth.
And our movie today is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yay! You did it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
You landed that plane.
That was very tricky.
I feel like we should address
There's some business at the top.
an elephant in this podcast.
A missing elephant.
Yes,
Yeah.
an elephant-sized void in the room.
So Dan Jaquette, the original Dan.
I don't know if we have to call him the original Dan.
But you're like also Dan. I don't know how to
He's
reconcile
technically older
that.
than you, so
That is true.
Yeah.
so
So
he's the original Dan.
Fine.
old Dan.
Ooh, there we go. I like that.
Very sadly could not be here for this record, and unfortunately we have already postponed this recording 3 times, and we're just out of time.
Yeah.
So-
we need to get this out into the Totes-averse.
This episode is cursed, is what we're learning.
It is cursed. We're recording a peek behind our curtain, Friday the 13th.
Whoa, we were pre-cursed.
Yeah. Tomorrow I edit, and it goes up on Sunday when possibly you're listening to this.
Whoa.
We have never missed a 15th drop date.
That's true. Is that true?
Yeah, I believe so.
And only
I think
one
there's one time that I did it in noon instead of midnight.
Oh,
Oh,
whatever.
well, come on. But we also, we've only ever recorded with 3 people one other time, and it was for a live show. And that was my fault. I woke up in the morning. I was terribly ill.
I don't know if you can. You don't
It's
have to
your
give
fault.
it. Yeah, I don't know if you have to say it's your fault.
I mean, I really felt like I felt fine the day before, and I felt fine 5 days later. So what's the holdup, body? Like,
Sure.
hang out for just 12 more hours,
I see.
and it would have been fine. So we are going to do our best to predict what we think Dan would say
Yeah.
and what our response to Dan would be.
Yeah. Like, I'll try to manifest, like, being confused and upset about something that is, like, perfectly germane and not at all a problem in society.
I think we've already missed a creak slam.
Oh,
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Because of spookiness?
Sure.
we missed the opportunity to be spooky because it's the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Because it's a very special episode.
What's special about it?
It's a holiday episode.
What?
Oh.
What holiday?
Both Halloween and Christmas.
Whoa.
And kind of all the
All the holidays that are, like, easy to distill into one symbol.
yeah, that maybe were like in your like family calendar
Right.
In the 90s.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Has everyone seen this movie?
Yes.
Okay.
I have.
Okay.
I did not like it.
Great. That's great.
When did you see it?
Great
I'm
question.
sorry for anybody who's already just thrown their
I know
their
it's
iPhone
a beloved
against a wall.
film.
It is beloved, and I
I
respect
mean, they might have
it.
already thrown it when they're like, "Where's Dan?"
No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, if you made it through, I just want to explain, like, I also appreciate opera. And I know it's amazing, but it just does not resonate with my heart.
Sure.
And spooky things aren't like my main go-to.
Mm-hmm.
And this is spooky. It's
Also,
legit spooky.
It's like on the verge of becoming an opera too.
Is it? Is there singing?
Yeah.
Oh, there is singing. Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Singing's fun. So I respect you, listeners. Anyway, I've seen it.
Great.
Wow. Did you see it as a kid or as an adult?
Is this where we guess years?
Yeah. What year?
Ooh.
I think I was a young adult. It's 90s, right?
It's for sure 90s.
I think so.
Okay, I'm going to guess 93 because I would have been in college, and that seems about right.
I'm going to guess 95.
Okay. I should be writing this down.
Oh, right.
See, we're already missing Dan.
Oh, man. He's the glue. He's the glue of incomprehensible notes in the second half.
Okay, I already forgot what you said. What you said 95.
Yeah.
How old would you have been in 95?
11.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm
So
going to say 94 to round that out.
Oh, I
Nice.
love it.
How old would you have been?
In 95?
Whatever year you're saying you think,
I think
it
I
came
would
out.
5.
When do you think you watched it?
I think I probably watched it shortly after that.
Okay.
I remember I remember my cousins watching it on the TV in the other room at a family gathering.
Nice.
Probably Christmas.
Probably.
And I came in like halfway through
Perfect.
and I didn't really get what was happening.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So 5 seems right.
Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty straightforward plot. So yeah, maybe that would make sense if you were like thrown off.
Yeah.
Is Johnny Depp a voice of
I
this?
don't think so. I feel like
No.
this is before like the true depths of their relationship were forged. And also he didn't direct it. He just produced it, I think.
Oh,
think.
Tim Burton. You're talking about Tim
I'm
Burton?
sorry, yes, for
Yeah,
the
okay.
listeners. I feel like, right?
Yeah, that seems
'Cause
right.
I feel like his name's slapped on it, but I think that was just for marketing, right? Because he produced it for sure.
Yeah, because it's Tim Burton's The
Right?
Nightmare Before
But I don't think he
Christmas.
actually directed it because it's,
I think you're right. I don't remember who directed it.
probably just some guy
Like
he
an
knew.
animator person?
I would think.
Stop motion,
Yeah,
animated opening for sure.
for sure.
But there are like story editors, right? Who aren't animators.
What is the question?
Well, just like, I don't know. We just think it was a generic director. That doesn't seem right.
What do you mean, a generic director?
Well, like,
I just mean someone that you don't think of.
Oh, got you.
Like
Okay.
relative to Tim Burton, it's not a name that's like, oh yeah, that guy.
and it's not going to be like John Lasseter because it's not a Disney movie.
It is.
Also, he's
Well, I mean, it is now, but I don't
Now.
know if it always was.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know.
Weird.
Molly's Bet, it was not a Disney movie.
I love it.
Okay. Disney, no.
Disney, no.
I'll remember that.
Perfect. I mean, here's a reason that it's maybe safe to say it wasn't a Disney movie originally, because in the time after it came to be, when I was an older young person, there would be so much merchandise for this movie at Hot Topic in the same building that had a Disney store.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So it seems like Disney Store would be like, excuse me, knock, knock, knock. We're here with our lawyers.
I kind of feel like it was a thing when it became a Disney property because
Sure.
it's so dark.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Haunted Mansion.
I was just thinking about the Haunted Mansion.
Is
but that's
are
all original IP, right?
Mhm.
They're not going to integrate The Nightmare Before Christmas into the Haunted
and maybe
Mansion.
they did. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think,
Or weren't
okay.
they talking about it? Maybe that was why it was a thing. I feel like there was like a whole kerfuffle of people like, oh, they're ruining the mansion.
Well, okay, I might be making this up
Perfect.
based on who knows.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure I watched one of those like Imagineering documentaries.
Yeah.
And I think that at Christmas time, they kind of style things in Haunted Mansion and maybe
Okay.
incorporate
Throw in a little
Some Jack
Skellington.
Skellington.
That's
Sure.
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a close friend who loves spookiness,
Okay.
loves Halloween and Disney. So of course, like she's there, I think most years around the holiday time.
And she can confirm that?
I
Or she has
I will-
confirmed that?
I will call her
Okay.
immediately following.
There are lots of songs in this.
Yes. Should we try to remember them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
One song is for sure called This Is Halloween because the main chorus is This Is Halloween.
There's the Boogie Man song. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
if that has a name. Probably.
Probably. It might honestly be pretty close to what you said, though. It might just be like Oogie Boogie song or
Yeah.
whatever. Isn't that his name?
Oogie Boogie, yes.
Oogie Boogie? The sack, the living sack
Yes.
full of bugs.
Yeah. There's the one that they sing on top of that weird hill
Oh, yeah.
or cliff. It's like a curly cliff.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Curly Cliff song, of course.
Curly Cliff. Got it?
Is that the same song where the lady doll is like, I'm sad, but also I love you? Or is that a different song that comes after that song?
That seems right.
Okay.
Sad,
Then-
but I love you. Got it?
I feel like Jack's Lament is a song. Is that
Ooh,
something?
that sounds awesome.
I don't know if that is from this movie.
I mean, that sounds like the name of a song that would be in a musical where the protagonist is named Jack, for sure.
Right?
Right?
I am very familiar with the music, with sections of music from this movie because
Medley?
Because of a medley.
Yes.
When I was in synchronized swimming, there was a duet with two of the girls who rehearsed at my pool.
They weren't on your team?
They were on my team of 8, but then they had a duet.
Got it.
And it was all Nightmare Before Christmas songs. And so I just know those songs,
or like the
those
chunks
parts
of those songs?
very well.
Yeah.
Because I've heard them 1,000 times. Yeah.
I would love to see a spooky themed swimming routine.
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like, yeah, there's a lot of like serious, like, okay, don't smile when you do this routine.
This is spooky.
It's spooky.
Like France in the, was it France in the Olympics that had the masks on the back of their heads?
While swimming?
Yes.
Whoa.
I don't remember what team that was, but it looks so cool.
But it had been like a closely guarded secret.
Yeah.
And so they didn't do any rehearsing with their costumes in front of any of the press.
Sure.
So it was a big reveal.
Razzle dazzle. Love it.
I don't know which country that was, though. I'm going to say France.
If you know which country it was, call us 612. I guess Dan's not here, so one of us has to screw this up.
Okay.
089 Padadoo.
The last 4 letters don't matter, but you do. Yeah, there you go.
And prod.
Nice.
There you go. We did it. We got there. You can call us.
Yeah.
And you can leave a voicemail.
612-208-9788. Also, there's a song about what's this?
What's this?
What's this? There's magic in the air. What's this? Something. The snow.
The snow falling down.
Yeah. Every time I think of that song, my brain just goes into a eternal loop where it's just the first line, it's just that first couplet.
Yeah.
Because it works.
Yeah.
Like the way it's like the rhythm of the lyrics, it's like it never stops fitting into the song. So my brain just like keeps going.
That's what makes it so catchy.
It is very catchy. There's some catchy tunes in here.
Who do we think wrote the music?
Ooh.
Danny Elfman.
Really? I was
Yes.
going to guess Danny Elfman.
And he voices Jack Skellington.
What?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What?
It's true.
Wow.
I think.
There we go.
Oh, can we call him Danny Elfington? That's fun.
Why would we do that?
Because he voices Jack
Oh,
I get it.
I see.
Bonington. What is his name?
Jack Bonington.
The Bone Master. Wow.
Jack Spratt. No, Jack Skeletor. Jack Bone
Daddy.
Bone Daddy Jack.
I think there's a bone. I think somebody says Bone Daddy.
Yes, they do. I was just thinking in my head, I'm like, what is that from? Oh, it's from this movie.
Or is that from Corpse Bride? We'll find out.
No, because I feel like this one for sure has just like a weird like band.
Yeah.
Right? To just like
Seems
justify some of the musical quality of it.
Skellington.
Yes.
Okay.
Crushed it.
Sally,
the doll, rag doll, is voiced by
Helena Bonham Carter?
No.
Idina Menzel.
Helena.
No. I can't think of her name right now. This is embarrassing. She's very famous and popular right now because of Schitt's Creek, and she was also
Catherine O'Hara. Really?
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
And she sings beautifully.
She does. I never knew.
Yep.
Wow.
You know, I have to say, I almost feel resentful when it turns out that incredibly talented actors can also sing.
Ugh.
It just feels a little unfair.
The worst.
Like, just spread it out a little.
I happen to see a movie that I won't name that involves magical women.
Okay.
And there is an person playing one of these magical women that I remember first seeing in some sort of like brutal crimer.
Ooh.
And then to learn that she has great pipes, I had the same thought. I'm just like, God damn.
It's just unfair.
So many, at least double threat.
I mean, and they just keep it a secret.
Yeah, until they're, given
Or they're on
money.
SNL and all of a sudden they sing and you're like, come on.
Yeah. Making Christmas. That's another song in this movie.
Yes.
Making Christmas?
Making Christmas.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I haven't seen it.
Maybe we should talk about the plot of the movie.
All right.
What happens in this movie?
There's a doll.
Okay.
She walks around.
Okay.
And then she sings with a skeleton.
Okay.
The end.
Wow.
I mean, I think
That's part
really
of it,
basically,
for sure.
that is what happens.
I mean, that's definitely like the B plot for sure.
I mean, does anything happen to them on the way? Do they make friends?
I mean, they have friends.
Okay.
Like, it's a very tight-knit community where they live. And
Halloween.
then town, is it just called Halloween Town?
I think it's Halloween. This is Halloween.
It's just called Halloween?
I think.
All right. I'm going to bet Halloween Town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of another Disney movie. Or maybe not Disney movie, but something movie.
All
Is it
right.
like okay, can we do after this, when we're all done recording, I think we should do a version of Our Town that's Halloween Town and borrows heavily from this, but we just have a bunch of ladders.
And we don't sing. We just do a very serious interpretation of the story.
Yes.
I love it.
On ladders.
I love it.
Perfect. Done.
Okay, so Jack Skellington
Yeah.
is not the mayor.
No, because there's a character
mayor.
who is the mayor.
He's the prince or something. No, he's not a
Prince of Halloween?
Prince of Darkness.
Yeah.
No, he's the something of something.
He's like an event coordinator, right? Like, isn't he basically like in charge of Halloween or
because
something?
they do Halloween every day. They
Or something.
There's a whole production.
Well, they are Halloween. Like, the song is very literal. Like, they are responsible for Halloween.
Yeah.
Like,
but
the experience of Halloween in the world is
And
up
then
to
does
them.
Santa crash into Halloween?
No.
I think that's what the What's This is where he stumbles into Christmas. Jack stumbles into
He
Christmas.
goes into the woods and there's like trees with various holidays on them.
Yeah. He finds like the hub
Yes,
of holidays.
the holiday
hub.
He walks
Because he's
in.
bored, right? Isn't that like the whole thing is like Jack's bored with Halloween or something?
That seems right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the beginning is, I think This is Halloween is the opening.
Yes.
And then at the end of it, it's like, great job, everybody. Let's
Yeah.
do it again tomorrow. And it's
then
like the
he's
same every
"Oh,"
day.
And then he sighs and is sad. Maybe he sings an I'm Sad song at that point.
Jack's Lament.
Ah, there you go.
Wow.
I bet that's when he laments.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he discovers Christmas and he's like, this is so fun because it's novel. Like, I don't think even totally. That I think is actually part of the story and part of the ha-has is like him trying to figure out what Christmas actually is.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's like not great at it because he's a spooky Halloween monster man.
Fair.
Yeah.
Does he try to be Santa?
Yes.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
he kidnaps Santa,
I
right?
think some kids kidnap Santa. Is that true or does he do it?
Well, he hires the triplet, like the demon triplets or whatever
Okay.
they are, to do it.
Okay.
Because I think they're like the mischievous imps of Halloween Town or whatever.
Got it.
Because I remember that because there's a famous, DVD moment, but probably more like the commercials I saw as a child where like they go to Santa's workshop and they're like trick or treating at Santa's workshop and he's very confused.
Oh,
and
that's
then they
cute.
throw a bag over him.
Yes.
I think maybe I have not seen this movie.
What? You said you hated it.
You know what? Because this sounds charming and fun.
Maybe you just hated Hot Topic.
Maybe.
The store Hot Topic.
You know what? Oh, you know what though? I might have been in my phase of hating anything that was popular.
Like smoking your clove cigarettes and riding your hog.
Oh, I did try a clove cigarette.
They're
Ugh,
fine.
They're just gross.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine in like relative of like the scale of cigarettes.
I have a question about
Yeah.
clove cigarettes.
Please.
Are they like flavored with clove or are they cloved like a hoof?
Oh,
Ooh,
I wish it was the latter.
that would be so much more fun.
I wish it was the second one.
Like, is there a little dent in it? You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean-
I'm so mad that that's not what it is now.
Honestly, I still don't know because
Now that-
nobody's answered.
I mean, it's clove. There is clove involved.
Just clove flavor and like the wrapper is brown, right?
I assume there's like ground of clove in there, right?
Yeah, they smell like.
I feel like I've smelled them
ASS.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it was
It's
always
like
the
the-
guys who were like, "Oh, I like the clove cigarettes."
I feel like it's like the herbal tea of cigarettes, right? Where it's like
Is it supposed to be better for you?
probably. I don't know.
know.
It's a healthy cigarette. Teens,
Yeah.
Teens?
Hey.
close your ears.
Right.
Clove cigarettes.
Yeah. I mean, they already tried that with American Spirit. At least all the people my age. who
Oh,
were
I definitely
smoking.
was trying American Spirit.
But they're like, no, this is like the clean one. It's like, yeah, okay.
yeah, it's just you're burning.
This is the clean ash.
Yeah, sure.
But also so cool. You looked so cool.
I
doing
mean,
it.
I looked great.
I'm sure you did, but you were
teens,
so
cover
mad.
your ears.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know how to answer the question like, do you smoke? And I say no.
Sure.
And they say, have you ever smoked? I'm like, yeah.
Sure.
How
That
long
seems
does
like the right way
is
to
it
answer.
like my permanent record?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Well, They probably just want to know if anything comes up. And
No,
they're
that's
like,
fair. Yeah.
oh, okay, you did smoke for a little bit, so we got to look at this thing.
Oh, there's like a medical.
Medical.
I thought you meant just like in general. People are asking like, "Oh, did you ever
like
smoke?"
truth or dare, like when I'm just hanging
I was
out.
like, "Who is judging you so hard?" I see.
Oh,
I get
yeah.
it now.
Just doctors.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't like your job being like, "Oh, Chase might have a Nick fit at any time. We don't know. You gotta be careful."
They say, though, if you only have a cigarette once a year, you're still addicted. It's just a slower timeline.
Huh.
And I don't know. Yeah, there are certain circumstances where I'm like, oh, I could
That
really.
feels like the kind of thing you just say to teens, though, right?
Oh, right.
Once you smoke one, you're addicted.
For life.
For life.
Teens,
Teens.
cool it.
Yeah. Put the cigarettes down.
Stop watching classic movies.
Yes.
And start kidnapping Santa Claus.
That's right.
Way to bring us back, Beth.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
A plus.
I
I think we've got it, right?
think so. Like it's, I'm honestly part of the reason I'm like, one specific reason I'm sad that Dan wasn't able to come to this particular episode is that I'm pretty sure this movie is like 88 minutes long. So it is like perfect for him.
I think it is very short.
Yeah.
Oh, he would love that.
I know.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
Do we think it passes the Bechdel Wallace?
Man, I don't even.
Surely one of those imps is a lady child?
Maybe.
One is a lady
Is it?
child.
Is one a lady child?
She's-
Okay.
Talk to
It's
the
also
doll?
voiced by Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, why do you
Yes.
know all this?
I think I looked it up.
Okay.
But the other one is Greg Proops, which I
What?
think is very funny. He's a stand-up comedian and
Yeah.
was on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah.
It still does like the touring group, I think.
Sure.
Or maybe they still have a show. I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it for a long time.
He's an odd fella.
Wow.
He's got a nice head of hair. He
Does
did
it
at least. I
still
haven't seen him in
count
years.
if Catherine O'Hara
Talking to
is
herself?
Talking to herself?
I think so.
Oh, yeah,
it's the
yeah.
named
Because I
character.
didn't know it was the same person until Beth just told me.
Yeah, there you go.
I
Okay.
assume Sally the doll talks to the imps at some point, right?
I'm going to vote
Let's hope
optimistic
so.
yes.
She's like has been kidnapped by a mad scientist.
Oh.
He,
I
like,
thought the mad
keeps-
scientist built
Oh,
her
he built her, but he like keeps her.
or something.
Yes.
Aw.
And then she finds freedom,
Or,
Oh, good.
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Well,
In some way, her and Jack are meet cuting through danger
okay.
or something.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely like the big climax of the movie is they have to save Santa from Oogie Boogie,
I love it.
Right.
who is like the worst Halloween monster or something. Like he's the
guess
monster
so.
the monsters don't like or something like that.
Yeah, because Jack Skellington's like, I just want something new and different.
Yeah.
And he's like, I want to like eat
Eat him
Santa
or something.
Claus.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
His thing is much more like, I'm evil. Whereas everyone else is like, Halloween is fun.
Oh,
And then I think it's a reveal at the end that he's made of bugs, right?
ew.
Yes. I mean, it's implied that he at least, I mean, it's pretty clear, I think, in his introduction that he has bugs in him.
Mm-hmm.
But like by the end, you realize he is all bug.
Isn't that just what dating is like, though?
What? Who's dating Oogie Boogie?
I'm just saying. You meet, you think everything's gonna go okay.
You see like one bug.
You
I think you meet a nice burlap sack.
Yeah. Who sings a like jazz number and with gambling themes.
and you're like, this could work.
There's like a bug, but everyone's got flaws.
Everyone's
Sure.
got a bug,
Yeah.
and then at the end they're just full of them.
You unravel it.
Wow.
And, yeah.
Oh,
You pull on that
jeez.
loose thread and suddenly they're all bug.
Then you got to go to Easter Town or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. Meet a nice bunny.
Aw.
Hey, Molly, what do
Oh.
you think we should rate? I'm Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Molly, what do you think we should rate this movie? Thanks for asking, Dan. I think we should rate it on Danger Cute.
Danger Cute?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
Danger Cute.
Or Jack Clap.
Can it be both?
Okay,
Can it be Jack Clap and Danger Cute? Because
and
that
the
sounds
Danger
awesome.
Cutes. Oh, Jack Clap
And the Danger
Cutes.
Cutes. Ooh, yes. I love
It's
this.
obviously a band.
Obviously.
Yeah.
It's like a 18-piece
Yes.
orchestra,
Yes.
and it's
Wow.
Halloween themed.
Aha.
Oh, they have a whole song that's just creaking doors.
It's like Foley artists.
Yeah, they're Foley artists.
It's like 18 Foley artists on stage, and then Jack Claps is singing a tune.
and tap dancing.
Sounds awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
This rules. I
Yeah.
love this so
Great.
much.
Okay.
Awesome.
Jack Claps and
And the Danger
the
Cutes.
Danger Cutes.
Jack Clap and the Danger Cutes.
I love it.
Is it claps or
Oh,
clap?
yeah.
Clap. Jack.
Singular clap. I'm
Clap.
sorry.
Singular clap.
I'm so sorry.
And the Danger Cutes.
Cutes. Got it.
There's some clapping too. It's kind of like Stomp. But different.
Spookier.
Way
Okay.
spookier.
And like more Foley work instead of just stepping.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly.
And trash cans.
So many trash cans.
So they have, instead of trash cans, they just have a ton of little doors that they can creak up and down. Nice.
Right.
I love
So
that.
good.
And someone for sure has like a little like, or something, right?
Yes.
And one of those whistles that sound like a train.
Yeah, it's basically like that bell choir you were forced to do in middle school, except it's all Foley
cool.
equipment. Oh,
Yeah.
and very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Sounds awesome.
Dan, as we all know, you go first.
Yes. I was thrown off because I'm used to looking directly into someone's eyes across from me rather than in a kitty corner to me.
Yeah.
Yes, I go first because I'm the best Dan, which also sounds weird saying because it's like he's not here to defend himself.
Wow.
Oh, he'll be, okay.
You're just
How about that?
Dan.
I'm a Dan. I'm the only Dan here now.
You've been Dan
And of
moded.
course a Dan has to go first. Let's all agree with that. We can all agree Dan's go first.
Okay. All right.
Dan's always go first. Okay. I remember enjoying this movie as a youth because I liked the design. I thought the stop motion and the character design was super cool. I don't remember ever thinking it was like a great movie. I remember just sort of being like, oh, that was fine. But I remember like the aesthetic was very cool. So I think I will have the same reaction now. I'm hoping it won't turn out like fine for a child is an absolute slog for an adult. That's my fear. So I will give an optimistic 4 Jack Clapp and the Danger Cutes, which I guess is like
4 platinum albums.
ooh,
Wow.
okay. So we're like determining their success.
Yeah.
I love it.
Beth, as we know, you go second. Yes. I do go second. I don't think, even though I know more things about this movie than I should,
Yes.
I don't think I like it.
Great.
So I'm going to give it a 2.5.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And hoping that maybe I'll like it more this time. But I think, it's, I think it is kind of a slog. But people love it.
Yeah.
So
And
we'll see.
And even if it is a slog, it's an 88-minute slog, I think.
I'm Dan. I'm third, as we all know.
I have the hairy chest.
And my voice. And I'm going to give this cowardly 3.
Stan is a coward. Let's all agree there.
I'm just trying to pick the most neutral thing.
Wow.
What do you
Totally.
think he'll do?
Well, I don't know.
What do you think he'd do? I think he'd give it a 4 just based on it being 88 minutes.
Maybe.
I think he would. I think he would start as a grump and start at like 2, but then maybe
Right.
bump it up to 3 because it's 88
By the
minutes.
end? Okay, well, let's start him at 2 then.
he was so not excited to
That's
watch
true.
this movie.
Oh.
He
I
made
think he would give
many
it a 1.
comments about it.
1? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
That's my
Molly's
bet.
Dan would bet 1.
Okay. I mean, technically that was Beth's bet.
That's best bet. Okay, I love it.
Jesus.
Even though Dan couldn't be with us during the recording, he did send us his first half take, and here it is.
Hey Totes, it's me, Dan, the best Dan, number 1 Dan, to have missed this episode. Sorry about that. That's the way it goes. I was abducted by Mr. Skellington because he tried to save or destroy Totes Recall? ? Haven't seen the movie, not going to watch it before the episode comes out. So here's my hot, first half take. I saw this movie when I was a teen or a kid when it came out. I thought it was cool. It was like the cool movie. Tim Burton's so cool. It's like dark, but Christmas, yeah. And then I watched it maybe a year ago with my child, no big deal. And I thought it was pretty boring, but pretty short also, so that's good. I mean, the style is cool. I feel like maybe the lady just gets like dragged around and controlled everywhere. Don't remember super well. Boogie Woogie's cool. The songs are probably good, but it just felt like, I don't know, not great. And I didn't have nostalgia, and that's too bad. But so it goes. I know it's a beloved film, and I love that it's probably 82 minutes or something. Okay, that's it. Bye.
I'm Molly. I go 4th, as we all know.
How do you feel
and
about it?
No one's offended by that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I have similar feelings. I'm now doubting whether I've even seen it.
Incredible.
I feel like I want to make a late breaking bet that most of the movie I'll be saying quietly to myself, either I don't recognize this either, or, oh, I remember that. I don't know. I'm really starting to think I was too cool for school when this came out and I never actually watched it because all I can picture is the same scene, which I think is on the box.
Sure. The curly cliff?
Yeah, but also I was at a time where I really didn't like musicals. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to give it because I respect our listeners and I respect ourselves from several months ago when we picked this out.
Nice.
I am not going to go any lower than 2.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have just to the moon, right? I can only go up from there.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, unless
Hopefully.
it's like Freaky Friday.
What's a half in this case?
Ooh,
'Cause it's-
not platinum.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just gold, silver.
So we're still
Silver.
giving it like
Nickel.
at no point are they like failing. Like
Oh.
they're still at least getting a gold record.
No, it's the
Oh,
hottest
yeah.
ticket in town.
Of course it
It's
is.
Jack
It's
Claps
Jack
and
Clap
the
and
Danger
the
Kids.
Danger Kids.
And the Danger Cutes.
Are you kidding me?
Like, you can't even get tickets most
No,
of
it's
the
a
time.
sellout risk every time.
Yep, standing room only.
Ugh.
And with that, we're going to press pause, go watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, and we'll be right back. Hey, listeners, this is Molly, one of the voices you were just listening to, coming at you at the midpoint to bring back a blast from the past. Terrible origami, you might ask? No, that is far in our past. No, what I'm talking about
Batman?
is... Oh, that's also very far in our past, although I think there are more we haven't watched
For
yet.
sure.
Oh, I'm terrified. Okay, so I wanted to remind you about a fun thing that we do where if you submit a 5-star or whatever maximal star rating there is out on the internet, and you let us know that you've done that, we will read your review in the voice of a character from the movie we just saw, or possibly Nick Cage. I don't know. It's topical. It's seasonal. We can't be hemmed in, but we would really love it if you would be willing. And if you've written a 5-star review already, let's say, hey, I already did it on Apple. I'm done. You know what? We're on everywhere,
It's true.
like Spotify and other places.
Wherever podcasts are casted.
It's true. We're even on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like feel free to like leave a comment on YouTube.
Yeah. Trick the algorithm into thinking that we're way more popular on YouTube.
Yeah. For some reason our Mummy episode is extremely popular.
Oh, Mummy?
And most people
Awesome.
are like, fuck you, this isn't the Mummy. I think they're coming to YouTube to watch the Mummy. And then they're like, this is not what I signed up
That's
for.
amazing. It's all people my age who are just like, oh, I just need to see like that one part of the Mummy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or it's like
Because
people
that was like
will leave a
everyone's
review
sexual
that's like,
awakening according to the internet.
what?
Didn't we talk about that on the episode?
I think so.
Oh, probably. Hey, friends. So this
Hey.
is just the mid-roll. And we are staying completely focused on one ask, which is, if you wouldn't mind,
Yeah.
leave us a review, maybe in a new place. It really helps other people who enjoy movies, nostalgia, non sequiturs, and raging against the patriarchy find our podcast. And now we get back to our show. And we're back. We just watched 76 minutes.
Precious.
Are you kidding?
76.
That's it?
That's it.
Incredible. I only want to watch stop motion animation for the rest of my life of spooky, Christmassy, mostly fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Put that on the VHS cover.
Yeah. VHS because it came out in 1993.
Wow.
For possibly the first time ever that I didn't bet an entire decade, I got the year right.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Molly got it.
Yep. I was
Wow.
a probably sophomore in college.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah, no, I
about
really-
Spooky, Christmassy, mostly fun.
I didn't, but some of those characters, like, oh, I remember you now.
Sure.
But I could have just remembered them from McDonald's glasses. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely had a moment where I was like, oh, I remember seeing that like trailer on TV
Mm-hmm.
with the kid getting the shrunken head in the box.
oh, as a gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are so many great sight gags
Yes.
that I was not prepared for and really enjoyed.
Same.
My favorite one was the cat alarm.
Yes.
Like
That's
they
real
turn
good.
the tail. Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah, it made a lot of sense. I will say those imp children stressed me out.
Oh, the Boogie Boys, the Oogie Boogie Boys,
the Oogie Boogie kids.
Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yeah, they were unnerving to me. I like their song,
We all like their song.
but
It's stuck in my head, but that doesn't mean I like it.
Okay. Kidnapping Santa Claus. Throw him in a pool
90
and then
years.
get to something. Yeah, they really were obsessed with the idea of locking him away for decades.
Yeah.
Like specific amount of decades.
Specifically
but then
9.
like checking in on him.
Yeah.
I like how like so many of the verses of that song are like, we'll throw him in this, like we'll throw him in the ocean or we'll bury him for 9 years, but then we'll go see how he's doing.
We'll go see if he's sad.
Oh, kids. From the mouths of babes.
Well, I guess the timeline is all messed up because Jack, when he's despondent at one point, says something that I really related to, in that feeling when you're like, I just need to retreat to a cave and in a million years they'll find the dust. I was like, oh, well, if a million years is the timeline you're working from,
Yeah.
I guess 90 years is reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if that's just how they measure time in Halloween Town, like for the kids, they're just like, oh yeah, we'll just like throw them in there for 90 years. It's fine.
Which, by the way, I thought they were celebrating every single day, but they celebrate once a year like the rest of us.
Yeah.
And then they just are Halloween. For the
Yeah, I mean, the mayor at one point showed the plans for next Halloween, which appeared to just be a diagram of like a bat. So I guess there's like committee meetings for the rest of the year. No wonder he's so bored.
Yeah. Just got to meet and do some planning.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Rehearsals.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
rough.
And things can't always go right or they wouldn't have that sweet cat alarm.
that's true. And, presumably the mayor wouldn't have his like extra anxiety face on the other side of his head if things went right all the time.
Yeah, I enjoyed that joke much more than I probably ever did before. The like 2 modes, either happy and excited or very anxious.
Like just completely falling apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I thought he was mad. That other side was mad. But now as an adult, I'm like, oh no, he's a wreck.
Oh, yeah. No, same. I think because he had pointier teeth.
Yes.
Like as a child, like, oh, pointy teeth means mad.
Yeah.
But no, he is a mess. Yeah. Like anytime his head flips around, it's just like, oh, somebody needs to give this man a hug. Like real fast.
A long-armed hug.
Yes. A spindly armed hug.
Just wrap around twice.
I don't know if we need a shudder when it comes to longer limbs. It's not as if that is a completely uncommon body shape.
I mean, that specifically, like, long and very thin arm.
My wife, no big deal, once insisted I take a picture next to a Jack Skellington scarecrow
Wow.
because as she said, you look the same. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
just saying.
Speaking of absolute mess, I feel I made an absolute mess of my haunted mansion predictions.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
what
I
were
did.
those predictions?
Just that it had, because we were talking a lot about Disney, right?
Yeah.
And whether Disney purchased the rights later, which it turns out they did not.
Yeah. I think it was just that they initially released it not with Disney, like not with the Disney
Touchstone.
brand on it. So maybe it just seemed, like it was.
Yeah, it started out Touchstone, but then in this version, they had updated it to be Disney Presents.
Of course they did.
Because
why wouldn't they?
Yeah, but then did you know that Tim Burton worked at Disney? He was an animator. I feel like the
No.
last person to find this out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he worked at Disney and he had this idea for a while. And he kept trying to pitch it and everybody was like, that seems tonally off from maybe where we're headed right now.
Yeah. Like they're working on, or like they just released like The Fox and the Hound or something. And it's like, oh, what if a depressed skeleton kidnapped Santa Claus?
No, get this. The sheriff is both happy and anxious.
There's a guy made of bugs.
No, it's okay. You don't find out till the
It's
end
for
when it gets
kids.
unraveled. Yeah, it's for kids. Oh, and the kids in here are monsters, literally. And it destroys Christmas. Yeah, so tonally they felt like it maybe wasn't
Sure.
a fit. But then after he went away and had some successes, because I guess he quit in frustration, and then he ended
Sure.
up making a couple of big deal movies.
Yeah, the Batman. Not the Batman. That's actually a different Batman movie.
Oh, right.
Batman.
Batman. And another big one I can't think of, not Beetlejuice yet, maybe.
Yeah. Beetlejuice would have already happened if this came out in 93.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to come back to this, but of course he was very busy at that point, so he lent his production ear to it, but he was actually only on set for like 8 days.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He came out twice,
Huh.
but at one point they had 11 stages going at one time.
Wow.
By stages, you mean like giant card tables?
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly. Basically. Yeah, they were all filming at once.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, stop
is
motion
cool.
animation, like if I think about it for more than 2 seconds, it breaks my brain. You know
Why
what I
does
mean?
it break your brain?
Because it's like so tedious,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like when you actually think about like how it's made, it's like just like literally just him like, I don't know, honestly, even just the mayor's head turning around. Like they can't just flip it. It has to be like, okay, it has to turn like a quarter turn.
Yep.
Take the picture, another turn, take the picture.
Did you, there's a very funny bit about that in Parks and Rec. When
Like claymation? Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, I remember.
it.
I'm trying to think of, I can't remember anyone's names ever right now. So Ben Wyatt is
Yes,
the character.
Adam Scott's character.
Scott.
Got it.
He loses his job or leaves his job and he's very depressed. And so he decides he's going to work on a claymation video and he spends so much time making it and he finally plays it and Stand by REM plays and it's like Stand and it's just like
it's like 3 seconds of footage.
It's the best.
Yeah, but he calls it my claymation. That destroyed me. But yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, like anytime you see a behind the scenes thing for something that's stop motion, it's like, I mean, I helped my wife, no big deal, once like finish a seed art for like an hour, and that I wanted to rip my hand off. Like just that level of like finicky, teeny tiny work. Like I just can't like fathom doing it myself because I don't think I'm physically capable of it.
I always wonder, like, what if you knock something over? Like, how do you reset it? I mean, you must have like
you've got lots of pictures.
Yeah, but even then, like, you would really be able to tell if all of a sudden something jumped. I
Just
think.
cut to a cat siren.
That's a good point.
Maybe
that's what that cat jumping on the roof was for. Somebody knocked over a tree
God
or
damn
something.
it, Ted.
Now we got to get another cat on the roof.
Just throw the cat on there. It's fine. Yeah, I mean, if you look at like old, like claymation shorts, like part of their charm a lot of time is that like, you know, they are very amorphous because they're not that precious about
that's
it.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
And like sometimes you'll even see like a thumbprint like on
cute.
the, you know,
So
character
good.
or whatever, which is fun.
Yeah.
These are not thumbprints though. These are like weird mannequins, like tiny mannequins mostly.
Yeah.
Right.
And apparently there were like 11 different versions of Jack and Emily. No, what's her name? Sarah? Sally. Jack and Sally's faces.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I suppose they're the
For
most
different expressions.
expressive characters. Most of the other ones are just like, my mouth opens like that. That's most of the other characters.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have many corrections to make for the first half.
Oh, okay. Great.
Okay, so Danny Elfman.
Here comes Beth. She made some mistakes and she's gonna fix them right now. Beth.
Bum, 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 bum.
Thank you for that wonderful song.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was so confident in the first half. I was like, oh, I know some facts about this movie. Turns out, no.
Okay.
Danny Elfman is the voice of Jack Skellington, but only when he's singing.
Aha.
The speaking voice is Chris Sarandon.
Who they cast afterwards to match Danny Elfman's
I was going to
voice.
say, because I was like, they actually sound very similar.
Yeah.
So I was sort of surprised to hear that Danny Elfman was the voice. I'm like, oh, but that makes way more sense then. Because in my head, they're just like, wow, that worked out.
I mean,
yeah. And those three kids,
Yes.
they are voiced by Danny Elfman, Catherine O'Hara, and then I said the third one was Greg Proops. Greg Proops is the voice of the
like three other things.
Yeah, three other things, including the guy who says "Bone Daddy."
Yeah, which we all forgot about.
Yeah.
Like or at least we didn't know exactly how it got in there.
I didn't realize it was a jazz reference. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
good.
because its official title is King of Pumpkins. No,
Pumpkin King.
Pumpkin
Pumpkin
King.
King.
I mean, that's probably in there too, right?
I
Like,
guess.
there's probably like a formal document in the mayor's office that says like, and so the king of pumpkins shall on the prescribed day make Halloween happen or whatever.
Yeah. Real quick before I forget, the third character is Paul Rubens.
Oh, yes.
Pee-wee.
Pee-wee. But we were just talking about the Pumpkin King. And
Yes.
so I'm going to throw in a Discord question.
What is happening?
I know, isn't
Dan
this
isn't
wild?
here and it's chaos.
I
The
know.
floodgates of Discord are opening.
Here's the thing is none of us took notes in the first half.
That's true.
So how are
I
we going
took
to
a couple. Let me start going down the list. Dracula Quartet. They're all horny for Jack.
Wait, this is your during the movie. What about the first half?
Oh, no, not at all.
wait.
Oh, okay.
No, I wrote-
okay. I thought you meant.
I have plenty of notes during the
Okay.
movie.
I wrote Disney no.
Yeah.
Hot topic and what's this?
Nailed it. Everyone.
So Discord is a text-based chat platform that we use.
Yes.
That if you join us on Patreon for
.com/Totes Recall.
$1 a month, you get access to our Discord. And hey, that's just $12 a year. And you can do that all at once. So you can be like, oh, $12 and I have access to all this stuff.
For a year.
Yeah. I think it's actually discounted if you buy it.
Why would we do that? We're selling ourselves out for less than $1 a month?
I mean, not all of us.
It's amazing we can afford pizza.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons. Okay, so the reference machine asks, what does the Pumpkin King title mean?
Great question.
Is he the king of the Halloween land? Then why have a mayor if he doesn't do anything? Exactly. He's also a skeleton, not a pumpkin. Is it a jack-o'-lantern joke?
Can I say the reference machine that really like that I spiraled as a child because for that same reason. I'm just like, he's a skeleton.
But
His
he
head
plays a pumpkin.
at the beginning. I
At the
get. Is
beginning.
that all it is? It's like a pagan ritual where he dresses up as like a pumpkin scarecrow.
Okay, here's my guess.
Okay.
One Halloween, they were looking, they make new plans every year.
Apparently,
They had a contest to figure out who would be the king of pumpkins.
sure.
He's won that, and ever since they've called him the Pumpkin King.
I see.
Okay, alternate theory.
Yeah.
It is much like when the prime minister goes to meet with the king or queen of England
Yes.
to get sign off. I
Yes.
feel that might be the mayor's relationship as well.
Which one is he in that situation?
He is the king. He's royalty.
I see. So the mayor is more of just like a traditional position
Like
now
a prime
at this
minister.
point.
Yes.
Oh, wait, he's the prime minister?
Yeah, the mayor is the prime minister in
okay.
this scenario.
Okay.
That's the governmental process.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, it's wild they don't even have a fire department. But I think the thing is, I don't have like any public services.
I mean, they've got a jazz trio.
I got a jazz trio
Yeah.
that just hangs out outside his house.
Yeah. Maybe that's part of being the Pumpkin King is you get the jazz trio.
Maybe it's like prom
Pumpkin
king.
privileges. What?
Because people are kind of fawning over him.
Oh,
They so much are.
speaking of your notes that you just read aloud.
They're all horny for Jack?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can understand the reference machine's question because all we really see before Jack gets Christmas pilled is that he is like dressed up like a scarecrow. He lights himself on fire.
He has a pumpkin head.
Yeah. And then he jumps into the fountain and comes out and was like, yay. And then he's like, good Halloween, everyone. It's like, but what did you do?
He was the finale.
But like, what did that?
He
Like,
must be hot.
like in Spooky Town terms.
Yeah. Like if you don't have any skin at all.
So hot.
So
Oh,
hot. It's
yeah.
better than
So-
skin falling off your
That's
face.
true. I mean, when you think about some of the other people in that town, like one guy was just like a writhing mass of goo. One of them is just like a scaly.
The dating scene, I'm telling you,
Sally.
in Halloween is awful. Of course, Sally's in love with
Oh
Jack.
my gosh.
I mean, apparently, yeah, he's hot. I think Beth cracked the code,
Yeah.
Right?
which is why he got Pumpkin King title, right?
It
Oh,
must
so he's
be.
like the John Hamm of Halloween.
Sure.
He's
Is
just
John
so
Hamm the
attractive.
Pumpkin King of Earth?
I mean, he's the Pumpkin King of Sterling
Yeah,
Cooper,
Sterling Cooper, and also
Draper Price.
I guess I'm also
Spoilers.
thinking of 30 Rock
Uh-huh.
when
Oh, the bubble.
The bubble.
the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack is in the bubble.
Oh, he's for sure in the bubble. Like half of his songs are like, oh, I'm bored, but I can just do whatever I want. It'll be great.
That last song, he's like, I messed everything.
It's like such a turn.
Yeah.
He's like he's been blown out of the sky by the military, which we'll talk about more for sure. And yeah, he's singing about it just like, I'm a failure. I ruined everything. Put me in a cave for a million years. And they'll just, what was it? It's like, there'll just be a plaque that says this guy sucks or something like that. And then I don't even know what happened, but he just suddenly like pivots. He's like, but actually I did okay.
Yeah.
I tried and I'm Mr. Halloween. So I'll just go back to that.
No, yeah. Because he's like, he goes from I tried to I'm great.
Yeah.
And the recovery process, when I was watching it, I was like, I feel like this is whenever I take on a creative project, I go through a moment where I'm like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm a fraud. This is horrible. No one's going to like it.
Yeah.
And then I go back to this is pretty great again.
So
I
Jack's entire arc is like an allegory for the creative process.
Yes, I think so. I think so. Or you can be prom king in some contexts and just theft of Christmas in others.
Such a bubble. Like, because only Sally was even Sally wasn't like, hey, this is dumb. She was like, by the way, I had a spooky vision that everything was going to be on fire.
That was wild.
That was wild.
Oh, can we talk a lot more about Sally?
Please.
Yes.
Wait.
I'm going to add this in here.
Yes, great.
My last name is a palindrome says Sally can do so much better
Right?
than Jack.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
But she can't there.
Maybe not.
Can
Maybe not
she?
in Halloween Town. I
No,
mean,
he's hot.
Well, okay. But like she's been created by this creepy duck.
Yeah.
We don't care for. It was like so creepy. It really bothered
Dr.
me that he was.
Finkelstein or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. I know he's in some ways supposed to be comic relief, but he's such an oppressor.
Such
Did
an
not
oppressor.
care for that. And then like, what are her options?
I don't know.
There are children.
Yeah.
There are things that are falling apart. And then
Yeah.
there's Jack.
And
the
Oogie Boogie,
Oogie
who
Boogie.
is just like,
I mean,
he is like
just a literal sack of bugs.
yeah, who is like very sexually aggressive too.
And mean.
And just mean. He negs hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone gets a mocking nickname that's like, he acts like he's really clever, but isn't that clever, right? Because he just calls her like baby doll and he calls Santa like the Sandman.
Yeah.
Sandman.
And then like 2 seconds later, when Jack comes in, he just calls him like Bone Man or something like that. It's like, all right,
Is
dude.
this like a high school allegory? Like he's the bully and Jack's the prom king and Sally is the nerd who takes off her glasses.
Oh,
She just takes off her arm.
her arm.
Yeah.
Or her sexy leg.
Yeah.
Those shoes were impossibly small. Although part of me was like, well, that's the patriarchy.
Because
She was
he
created
made
by
her, yeah.
a crap duck
Yeah, he's like, oh, she must have delicate, dainty feet,
to run away from me with.
I guess. Or not run away, I guess.
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
guess
oh,
she
her
was supposed
ankles
to
will
hang
snap
out.
as soon as she tries to run from me.
But I did love that her hands worked independently of
was
the
fun.
rest of her body. Yeah, there were some great gags there. But yeah, no, there is no one to date. Can you even imagine
Maybe the
what
Draculas.
What does Tinder look like in
Halloween Town.
Halloween Town?
Like probably real life Tinder. Am I right?
Oh.
I'm
Because they're lighting the things on fire.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Tinder. Oh, I get it.
Oh, I just meant that
I meant the app.
online dating is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you meant like actual Tinder?
I thought that's what Beth meant.
That's so cute.
The nightmare before marriage. Am I right? Yay. I mean, listen, I'm just saying the Dracula Quartet, they seemed at least pleasant.
They were the
I
best.
would date
They were
almost
kind of the
anyone
best.
in that jazz band. I'll say that.
The jazz band, they were cool, at
yeah.
least.
They
They
were,
accompanied Sally, too. Like, they clearly, like, respect her.
they pulled off Daddy.
Oh, they sure did.
You know, not just anybody can be like, hey, Bone Daddy.
Right?
Yeah.
But they did it.
With that chin, even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I take it all back. Jack is a terrible choice, but I feel like she knows that deep down, right?
He's hot.
Ugh.
She's got like that kind of like junior high crush.
She's down bad.
Yeah. Like where it's just like, I don't care what they say. I just like have this. I mean, maybe she's like, in theory, brand new to the
That's
world.
true. She could be just like a year or two old.
Yeah. And so maybe she's just really like only looking for looks.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, maybe she'll just put him to sleep with some witch's brew.
Oh, she had so
Yeah.
many brews. It was awesome.
It was great. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that idea. that, yeah, she would be newer to it. The way the arc of this relationship is like a straight on, it's like a hockey puck.
It's
like, they sort of like each other. Maybe he knows who she is. He doesn't listen to her.
He seems like, yeah, it does very much feel like she's super into him and he's like too involved in himself.
Like, you're right.
No.
He's garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, so another question from Discord. Detsuker says, list Jack's psychological disorders. That skeleton ain't right.
Oh,
narcissism. Jinx. Yeah. I mean, narcissism, maybe, honestly, maybe like borderline personality disorder, like based on that last song.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, he went so, like he spiraled so hard and then just immediately jumped back up and he was just like, I'm great. I tried my best. Everything's fine. It's probably, I hope it's not too late after I nearly murdered all these children with my spooky gifts. I don't know if we can count the hot bubble as a disorder, but like he's definitely in there.
It adds to the narcissism for sure.
It explains a lot.
Yeah.
Because like even his one moment, his one interaction with Sally that's like in any way personable is like she brings him a nice meal and he appreciates it and waves to her. And then he like, of course he brings it in and then looks out to say something to her. It's like, Jack, maybe say thank you before you pop your head back into the window and open the butterfly wine or whatever it was that she made.
Yeah.
Because to her, it was just like he takes the basket and then never comes back.
Well,
and she's like, I'm out of here.
She didn't run away. Like I thought the implication was that she ran away because she's so nervous because he's so hot.
Yeah.
I don't care for him.
I mean,
I do and I don't. I don't care for him as a romantic partner.
He's definitely on the list of, which is now, pretty well populated, I feel like, the list of Totes Recall protagonists who kind of suck.
Yeah.
Right? Like once you're like paying attention to like his whole day, you're like, oh, Jack kind of sucks.
Yeah. I just remember a lot of like the girls who went to school with me, like junior high school, that shopped at Hot Topic. They always had like Jack Skellington stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they were attracted to him.
Okay.
Right?
He's no Aladdin.
But he's the Aladdin for like more goth leaning teenagers.
Yeah, I guess
right?
so.
Like he also dresses well.
But I feel like that early 90s brought so many other goth idols. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's like
just listen to The Cure.
But he's like harmless.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Like he just could embrace you in his long arms. And because even when he's trying to be scary, he's kind of a goofball.
I guess
right?
so. He's just, I guess
like he giggles like a little imp too. Like even his like scary laugh is just like hee 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 hee.
I guess. I don't know. I guess we've all been groomed to fall in love with narcissists.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry to bring it down. I'm sorry, everyone. You had to hear it first on Totes Recall.
This is the real Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, not to date the episode, of course.
Oh no.
Anytime.
Any time of year.
It's a nightmare.
Before Christmas.
That's true, technically.
364.
Hey.
Yeah. It adds up.
Were you going to read another thing?
No, but I had another thing to say.
Please.
Yes.
Okay, so I was realizing that the reason I know about Jack's Lament as a song title is that we played the Nightmare Before Christmas medley in band for one of our Pops concerts.
That's what I thought you were going to say before when you went synchronized swim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I forgot.
Both.
I honestly forgot about it until I remembered playing like burr, 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 saxophone.
And seeing Jack's Lament on the top of the
I was
sheet.
like, yeah. So that's another reason why there are some parts of those songs that I feel very familiar with.
Did they have one of the sax players in your band go, nice job, Bone Daddy?
No, but what a missed opportunity.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
It would have brought the house down.
Really, everybody would have
standing
ovation.
Throwing their wallets like, please fund this more. Please fund this program. That's how it works in public school, right?
Yes.
Like you don't throw flowers or your underwear, you just throw funding.
For like a high school concert, like the Pops concert was one where there were little like bits in between all the songs and stuff. It would have been perfect.
It would have been perfect.
Wow.
You should track down your band teacher and be like, hey.
Oh.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. or missed opportunity,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Well, I hope they're listening.
Yes, I also hope
and I
that.
hope they can live with themselves.
I also hope that because we don't wish them ill will. We're just saying, like,
It was just a missed
you
opportunity.
jacked it.
Yeah.
Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make it clear what I mean when I say that. It's that you Jack Skellington did. This public school teacher.
Hey, missed opportunity. You jacked it.
Oh, no.
Daddy-o.
Oh, boy. Can we take a moment to talk about the holiday hub in the forest?
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Can we talk about Thanksgiving?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
What?
Like, I'm so grateful he didn't go into the Thanksgiving
Do you
tree.
think it's like a Turkey King and then pilgrims?
I don't know.
Do you think it's just like so problematic?
Yes,
Is there like
it would
talking
have
food?
to be.
How does it work?
It would have to be problematic.
Oh,
Right?
it
Yeah.
would be,
I want it to
right?
be. I want it to be great. I want it to
Sure,
be like
we all do.
everybody gathering around, having a good meal together, enjoying each other's company,
gravy boat,
being
like-
thankful for each other.
Yeah. But it's not.
But it's not.
No, it's not going to be. If the door is shaped like a turkey, it's
Yeah.
not going to be that.
Yeah.
No.
Like the implied symbology is already dangerous.
I need to know who made those portals and who's in charge of them.
Yes. Who is maintaining this clearly gossamer thin barrier between holidays?
And why was the Easter Bunny so accessible to those 3 children?
I mean, they are the Oogie Boogie Boys.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm assuming they just went into that Easter one and grabbed him.
Yeah, but like,
You'd think
okay,
it could
you
hop
look
away.
at the security around Santa, okay?
Are you talking about Mrs. Claus?
No, yeah.
Who
no.
really biffed it, by the way. We saw her in the background when he got kidnapped.
Well, no, I mean, he's just not like front and center.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Easter is, oh God, do you think Easter is biblical too?
Oh, shit.
Well, Christmas isn't biblical.
That's true.
That's fair. Okay,
I
very
think
good
it's
point.
just all the.
But like, is the Easter Bunny the only character in there?
Oh, no.
Because like, why would
It's just
like,
alone in like a beautiful world of spring colors and eggs.
I mean,
Oh,
I
Just
don't.
hiding its eggs for no one to
oh
find.
Oh my
no.
God. Just painting eggs.
Oh,
Maybe just
no
paints
wonder it was
eggs.
so easy to catch the bunny. It was probably just like, hey, what's up, guys?
Guys?
Hey, you guys here to find some eggs?
Yeah, because so the other portals were Valentine's Day.
Yes, St. Patrick's Day. I would also love to see St. Patrick's
Just
Day
a bunch
city
of drunk
town.
people.
Oh boy, it's just Boston. It's just the city of Boston on a very particular day.
Oh my God.
But yeah, they can just like go between all these holidays, but Halloween doesn't know about it. But it seemed like Santa Claus knew about it, which makes me wonder if maybe the Easter Bunny like had tried to take over Christmas as well.
Oh, so you're thinking that maybe Eastertown was actually once very well populated, but the Easter Bunny stepped too far into Christmastown and Santa just like carpet bombed
Oh, wow.
Eastertown
Whoa.
with his winter magic.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying.
That's definitely what you're saying.
Well, maybe he just turned some of the bunnies into elves.
Oh,
Can't disprove
that's pretty
it.
nefarious
Yeah,
still.
I
Wow.
feel like he's a pretty cool dude.
I don't know. He seemed pretty cranky for a lot of
Yeah.
it. Well, understandably,
I mean,
though.
those were
Yeah.
some difficult
Those
circumstances.
were. He had a rough day.
and he is not someone who's used to having a rough day.
That's true.
He's like ho ho holly.
Yeah, he's got a devoted wife. He's got
Yeah.
a bunch of subservient elves.
He's surrounded by music and beautiful colors.
I'm starting to think that Santa Claus is the one who has all those portals.
Oh,
Well, what was confusing to me is that, like, so Jack can walk to the holiday trees. Then
Yeah.
when he goes into the Christmas one, he doesn't land in like a snowy field of holiday trees, right?
Right.
So, like, how does he even get back?
Oh.
I mean, we see later that he can just like go through a tomb. So maybe he just had to find like the one dead person in
Well,
Christmastown.
That's what I was kind of confused about because I think there's a point where Jack Skellington is he's delivering all the gifts and stuff. He's taken over Santa Claus
Yes.
and now he's delivering gifts. But
And really jacking it.
really jacking it.
checking it hard.
Yeah, Molly.
Sorry.
It's fine. Dan's not here. Someone has to do it.
But
Someone has to support my awful innuendos.
it cuts to a police station and a cop on the phone. And for some reason in my head, they had gone to Christmas and they were like delivering, because there are kids in that town as well. Is that right?
No, I think it's
I thought
the real
they were
world.
all elves.
They were all elves.
I think they were all elves in Christmas Town. But I don't know.
Because, I was so confused because I was like, there are cops in Christmas Town?
I mean,
what do they need Christmas police
No, it's
for?
the real world and real military. Can I just, before we go on,
Please.
I just want to talk about the brilliance of never seeing the police officer's face.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they must have saved so much time and energy. I wonder if it's a scene they added later, like, oh man, we got to explain what's going on.
Yeah.
Phone will be ringing off the hook. Otherwise, we've just got the military shooting them out of the sky.
Right. I love that the police are like, he didn't seem that surprised that he was getting Santa related calls on Christmas.
He's trained his whole career for
I guess
this.
he's just like, yes, you're the second toy complaint. Like, the phrase toy complaint is what got me, because that implies that like there were like PSAs that was like, call this number with any toy complaints on Christmas Eve.
Well, also, who are these children that are finding this stuff out right away?
I know. That's what I was wondering too. They're just like
They're
up
all,
and
they're
about.
all stinkers. They're all just little stinkers.
Unless Jack Skellington is like, he doesn't know that they're asleep. Like Santa would usually wait until they're asleep.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. He's not profesh.
I mean, he might just be like, he doesn't have like the Christmas magic. He instead just brings like a miasma of nightmare energy. So like maybe they're just waking up because he's like a nightmare entering their home.
Oh, that poor elf when he's going through.
No. Yes, when he's singing what's this, and just looking around. And then at one point he like crawls into their bedroom like some sort of weird spider monster.
Yes.
And like puts his head against an elf sleeping in a bed of like 8 elves stuffed into a bed. And the elf wakes up
and looks like
a little startled.
Yeah, like it's the icy hand of death has touched
I
its
bet
heart.
that elf was like, had to go through some shit after that.
just
Because like it just felt something no other elf had ever felt before.
And when everything goes to heck in a handbasket, he can be like, you didn't believe me, but look.
That's right.
Wow.
Vindication.
And then the other guy, then the others would be like, Jerry, come on, Mrs. Claus is right there. She's so upset about this. You're just boasting. Have some goddamn sensitivity. Seriously, I wish there are 2 Christmas Town related scenes that I would have loved to have seen, even though I understand that you tell the stories in cuts. One, Jack Skellington comes, like, I don't even care if we learn how he gets back to Halloween Town, but he comes back with some sort of like holiday snowmobile and a bunch of shit. Where did he get that from?
And some sweet goggle sunglass things.
Very cool. So hot. So I don't know who he stole that shit from. Like, what nightmares he like imbued into the hearts of other elves to get all that cool gear.
Oh, yeah. He just picked up and took it, right? Because they're not guarding anything.
Why would they? It's Christmas Town.
It's Christmas
Oh,
Town.
boy.
People don't steal.
Second Christmas Town scene that I kind of wanted to see. Like, they're hanging out. Santa's looking at the list. He's delighted how few naughty children there are this year, which is like, okay. I think like he's probably gilding the lily a little bit. You know what I mean? Like he's being like he's fudging the numbers. Because come on.
Come on.
The Oogie Boogie Boys are trick or treating, which confuses the hell out of
That's
him. Because of
very
course,
funny.
again, it's Christmas Town, and then they just jump at him with a big bag, and then we cut back to Halloween Town. But Mrs. Claus was clearly just in the kitchen of their house. So like, does she just not even notice? She's just like, "Oh, honey, did you finish reading your list?"
You know, I think like because they could not imagine these things, it was hard to take in that they were happening.
Okay.
It'd be like if aliens descended, or if turkeys that walk around were suddenly like 20 feet high. It might be hard to see.
Do you think that's what Thanksgiving Town is like?
Ugh.
Just massive turkeys.
They're all just staring down traffic. Every last one.
Yes.
Of them. Yeah, I don't know. It would just be like, it would be hard. It would be hard for your brain to process. And there's nothing to prepare Mrs. Claus.
That's true. It's Christmas Town.
But also we don't see it. It's possible she had like a shotgun over
true.
her like kitchen sink.
That's true. She elbows a gingerbread house so it shatters and just pulls out a gun.
I think Santa Claus built those portals.
Okay.
Because he is not as like, he doesn't have what's this? What's
No,
this
not
song?
at all. He's just kind of like, hey,
he's like, I know
stop
what
it.
Halloween Town is.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I know who you are. And like maybe Mrs. Claus wasn't that startled because this has happened before.
Oh, from another town.
Yeah.
Like,
or maybe Halloween Town because
or
Santa's in control of everything.
sure. Well, maybe, Boston Town at one point got real rowdy. And we're like, let's go to Christmas Town and show Santa what we think about him. Yeah. And then they all just went to Christmas Town. And
then he was like, let's take this outside the tree.
Yeah, and like tied him to a lamppost or
and
something.
Just closed the door behind him, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or they just like slipped on the ice and were just like, oh, this sucks. My socks are wet. And they just went back home.
And Jack did have to walk all night to get to that
That's
portal.
true.
So it's
That
not
is true.
commonly understood. Okay, do you think this happens every few years with like a different holiday?
Oh.
Sometimes it's like St. Patrick's Day, just as like, we would do it. And they'd like drop green beer down chimneys. Because he seems really quick at repairing stuff.
That's true. He seems like he's had practice.
A lot of confidence that
He's
can
on
fix
top
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the most magical,
Clearly.
right? Like Halloween Town can be spooky, but they're not necessarily magical.
No, they have to use mad science.
So he is like a powerful wizard.
Yeah. Okay. So he's like the Gandalf the White
Yeah.
of the holiday towns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing else quite as, I mean, I guess bunnies are magical, but they just drop off.
And that
eggs.
bunny didn't seem that.
Didn't seem that with it. Maybe it was, you know what? Okay, new theory.
Please.
That was not the Easter bunny. That was one of
a
like, it was
Easter
a
bunny.
Easter
Oh,
bunny. It was
sure.
like a henchman version.
Yes.
And the kids didn't know. They just grabbed it.
Yeah. I mean, they were lazy. So they were just like, yeah, just that one.
Yeah, that one. So
Yeah,
that's probably why
okay.
it's so disoriented.
Yes. All right. I would buy that. Yeah. Because maybe the Easter bunny is like, got a little vest on.
Yeah,
and
hat.
A little hat. Maybe some sort of paintbrush. Or
Oh,
something
yeah.
to paint
cute.
eggs. That's fun.
Or like a little cane for
Ooh, yeah.
swinging around in a cute circle.
Absolutely swinging around
Yeah.
a cute circle.
So that's what happened.
I accept.
Okay.
I accept
great.
that was
Excellent.
an Easter bunny.
An Easter bunny.
An excellent Easter bunny.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very
Ah.
much.
She said it.
I
I was just
did.
making her feel better.
Oh.
Oh, sure. When a man amplifies my
I'm
dumb
sorry.
Jack.
I was just thinking about whether or not Santa Claus was Jack Skellington in the past.
What?
Whoa.
What? You
I
think
don't
he was
know.
the Pumpkin King?
He might have been, yeah.
You think you get like promoted across worlds?
I don't know. Okay, so you know in the Santa Claus when
Yeah.
one Santa dies,
Yes.
someone takes over.
Yes.
Maybe it's a similar situation where like if one Santa dies, you like appear dead in the Halloween Town. And now Jack Skellington was a former Santa, which is why he was so drawn to
he had
being
like
a Santa.
his repressed memories.
Yes.
Holy shit.
He was like, "What is this?
Yes.
What is this?" Am I right?
Yeah, and he's like struggling to understand it with his ridiculous Christmas experiments because he like just can't quite reach back to that life he led.
Yeah.
Because he's dead.
And he's been dead for a
A
long,
long time.
Long time.
He's
Because like
I love this theory.
a lot of those creatures could have been like dead versions of things in other holidays.
I mean, that jazz band for sure.
Oh, they were for sure from Boston.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sorry, Boston Town. It's different.
It's Valentine's Town,
Oh, yeah.
Easter Town, Halloween Town,
Boston Town. And Thanksgivingville.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it. I love this theory.
I mean, there's just this movie is like so many theories could be built off of
Yes.
it because none of it is explained.
Yes. So you're saying, I love this. I love the idea of Halloween Town just being the afterlife for all other holidays.
I mean, yeah, like Zero had to come from somewhere.
That's true. And he did have a little light up nose, which
Yeah.
is way more Christmassy.
Maybe that was
Rudolph.
Oh my God, it's Rudolph.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And it's zero because he's like the 0th value in the reindeer array.
Oh my God.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Wow.
whoa, whoa.
Well, I accept it.
I love this. I love this theory.
Thank you.
Great. Problem solved.
Yeah, we solved the movie.
We solved it. We figured it out.
Way quicker than Jack did with his fucking Christmas experiments.
Which, by the way, he was reading a scientific method and then never used the scientific
No.
method. He just threw stuff in a petri dish and he was like, science.
Yeah. I did enjoy the first one where he takes like a little like holly berry thing and then
Yes.
just crushes it in the microscope.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Should we talk about the music?
Ooh,
Please.
yes.
I have a list of all the songs here.
Yeah,
Ooh, I have
feel
a
like
list
we did
of what
okay.
We did okay.
I think we did okay.
I did write that down.
Oh, you wrote down what songs?
Yes.
Okay.
You had This Is Halloween.
Yep.
Yep.
First one.
Boogeyman song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Curly Cliff song.
Yeah. Jack's Lament, right? Or did we think that was a different song?
Well, I was actually picturing the end of the movie with Sally and Jack both on the curly.
Sure.
cliff. But
Sad But I Love You.
That's Sally's
song,
right?
yeah.
Sally's song. What's this? That must be why I wrote that down.
Yes.
What's this? Jack's Lament.
There we go.
yep.
And I wrote down Optimistic. Yes. I don't think that was the song though. I think that was Bechtel Wallace.
I said Making Christmas out loud. I want the record to show that.
You did.
I did.
Oh, I missed that
You
one.
did.
But I accept. Oh, yep. It's up here.
Yeah.
Right under Danny
Vindicated.
Elfman. Yes.
Yeah, we have This Is Halloween, Jack's Lament,
Mm-hmm.
What's This, Town Meeting Song, which that's a clunker.
Oh, where he's just explaining Christmas?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
it's-
I gotta say, for me, like the first two songs, well, This Is Halloween
Yeah.
and What's This slap.
Yes. Yes.
They are catchy.
This is
and fun.
Halloween is a banger.
Yeah.
Solid opening.
I kind of feel like almost all the other songs after that suck.
Well, Danny Elfman said that he wrote the 11 songs very quickly,
I would believe that.
that he felt very inspired and has a lot of Jack Elfington in him.
Nice.
We've got Jack's Obsession.
Is that the science song?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Right, where he's like, I don't understand it. I
Yes.
don't quite get it. And then again, because of his issues,
Yeah.
he realized the solution is like, oh, I'll just make it about me. That's it.
Oh, here's the thing that's missing. This drawing I have of myself for
Yeah.
some reason.
Which like Zero figured out me. It's like, all right, buddy, here's what I love about Zero's arc in the process of him doing Christmas Science. Every time they cut to Zero, he's just trying to take a nap. So like the fact that he just brings that picture over, I think it's just Zero being like, all right, this will stop him. Like this will get this going.
Look
So
at
he
yourself
leaves
for
again.
a while.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a nap. Kidnap the Sandy Claus. That song is in all of our heads because it was the song that was playing when the pizza arrived.
Sure, that's true.
And so we were all singing it while we were getting
Yeah, I mean,
our
it's
pizza.
not. Here's the thing. I don't think it's a great song, but I guess I enjoyed the performance of those goofballs as children. I think is more
Yeah.
what it is.
It
All
felt
right.
a lot like a Bizarro Oompa Loompa song
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, I just felt like it was the same sort of, for me, it was the same sort of deal where it was like, here's the plot of what's happening.
Yeah.
That's all we're going to say. Nothing more. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's not how the song goes, but you know what I mean.
Close
It's,
enough.
it's generally.
We've got a walking bathtub and we're going somewhere.
Making Christmas,
Yes,
Sally's Song,
sure.
Poor Jack.
Is that the one where he's like, I'm going to just go into a cave
Yes.
because I deserve it?
And then he's
But
like,
actually,
actually,
I'm
I'm the best. And then there's a finale / reprise.
Yes. Where he's like, hey, friend, what if we hung out? But never, sorry.
Yeah.
Even,
And then they're going to hang out forever.
I guess.
Yeah, they really go
They
from
go hard.
nothing at all to we're going to be together forever
Yeah.
on top of
How
this
is she
hill.
going to get out of those long arms? They were wrapped
she
around
won't.
her at least twice.
I mean, she can just like
oh, that's true. She can just
unsew herself,
unsew herself.
easily.
Yeah.
I bet that was a fun moment for the animators when they like,
The hug.
when they
Yeah.
realized like, oh my gosh, his arms wrap around twice.
I did appreciate this is also why we I think we have the impression that Santa's like the most powerful creature is like he actually gets it because like as soon as he's freed from Oogie Boogie, the only thing he says to Jack is like, hey, next time you feel like fucking things up, why don't you listen to Sally?
And
Yeah.
okay, here's another thing to prove our point. He's in a bag. He gets kidnapped and he's in a bag.
Yeah.
He can't see anything.
Yeah.
So how does he get back to Santa or to Christmas Town?
Magic.
Yeah, because he could like.
He puts his finger on his nose and he
Yeah,
sparkle
that's
flies
right.
away.
He
Yeah.
can just appear anywhere.
I mean, I assume he like flew up into like a parabolic arc and then landed in the trees and did it really quietly. So he was like, okay. And then he just really like creak very quietly opened the Christmas door.
Wow.
And then bolted it shut behind him.
Well, but then he came back and made it snow.
Oh,
which I
that's
love
right.
the idea now that I've created this version where he can only go through the tree. I love the idea of then him getting out of the sleigh and be like, hold on, guys, opening the door again, and then like very carefully leading the reindeer through the tree one by one, and then like just angrily dragging the sleigh through the door. Then he's like, watch this shit. This is going to blow their fucking minds.
That's a lovely gift.
It is. Undeserved gift,
No.
by the way.
Yeah.
Good Lord. He should have been like, when he said Happy Halloween, he should have been like, this is exclusively for Sally.
Yeah. She's the only one that earned it.
It's true.
Yeah. He does say at the end, you should have listened to Sally.
Yeah, I just said that.
Oh, I did not
You should have
listen.
listened to Dan.
I'm the Sally of this pod. No, that's definitely not
That's
true.
definitely not true.
Here's what's happening is because Dan is not here.
Yes.
I go sometimes into little producer trances.
Yes.
Where I'm like, what needs to happen next?
Right.
And then I completely miss part of the conversation, but usually you all are picking it up and it's all fine.
Sure.
But now it's being revealed.
Yeah.
Oh, I apologize.
I don't know if you guys know this about producing, but it requires more than just talking into a microphone.
Yeah. Responsible for really all of it.
So
turns out.
show some respect, listeners.
Wow, listeners.
Respect
Yeah,
Beth.
don't jump all over Beth because she didn't hear Dan say a thing.
Yeah, hey, get
I
out of the
ignore
comments.
Dan all the time.
Yes, she does. It's troubling and it hurts my feelings.
Speaking of our listeners,
Yes.
let's head back to Discord.
Okay, let's go to the Discord tree in the holiday forest.
Krieg?
Krieg, that weird logo that I think is supposed to be I don't know what
Like
that
a
is.
game thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Carzon asks, do you consider this more of a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
I was getting Christmas vibes.
Okay.
Really?
When was it released? That's the question.
Oh.
October.
Limited
Release. Yeah. Okay. So when I was watching, there was a moment where I was like, oh, my cold heart is melting a little and
Yeah.
I'm getting excited about Christmas. I think when he was looking around Christmas Town.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I was charmed by so many features of Halloween Town, and a lot of the gags were so great. Fundamentally creeps me out.
Sure.
So I was
Yeah.
I guess I more gravitated towards the Christmas stuff.
Sure.
Makes
Yeah.
me very basic, but there it is.
I guess I would also think of it as more of a Christmas movie just because it's like a lot of Christmas movies are like people who don't embrace Christmas suddenly learn about Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that in my head, I was like, oh, it's too spooky to be a Christmas movie. But like, what's the one with the ghosts?
Christmas Carol.
Oh,
Christmas Carol is spooky.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, oh,
I
it's
mean,
very spooky.
There's ghosts that like are creepers.
I mean,
Yeah.
It's a Wonderful Life is about like
Yeah.
really dark
So
stuff.
much darker than anyone remembers it is until
Yeah.
you watch it again.
Yeah.
We talked about
and
this.
way
Yes.
more socialist.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would put it, I guess so, because like what distinguishes a Halloween movie? It's like there are victims,
Sure.
which I
Yeah.
guess Santa kind of was.
I mean,
for sure.
the real world, I think, was the victim until
Oh.
they flexed their massive military might.
Oh yeah, can we talk about
Good
the
Lord.
military, industrial, and why didn't they send up a fighter jet?
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, I assume those were the police department's artillery cannons because it's just another
What?
example of like over militarizing our municipal police force. Like the government, the government sold it to them after 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
look it up. Not artillery, but other shit.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah. It's a lot of military stuff.
Wow.
Yikes. What were we talking about? Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie. The over-militarized police shooting our protagonist out of the sky is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that too.
Except for the opening. That's real
Yeah.
as hell.
100%.
I am the monster under your bed.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Did not
I
care for it.
genuinely, to this day, am still creeped out by the monster under the stairs.
Just the concept of it?
Well, sure, but just like the way his verse opens, like even just like the
Oh.
lighting of the staircase where he's just like you can't even see him yet. He's just like, I am the monster
Yeah.
under your stairs. It's
Ooh.
spooky.
It is spooky.
But then, of course, the adorable Dracula quartet and you're like, oh, this is fine.
Oh, they're so good. I love when they're playing hockey at the end with the pumpkin.
Yes, and I like how they sort of had Dracula voices, but then also sort of sounded like that goofy guy in Mary Poppins. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. It was like a boys' choir almost.
Yeah.
The reference machine also says, Also, many of my friends in high school were obsessed with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The hottest topic.
Hottest topic. B says, there is something about the art style and character design in Nightmare that is so tactile and visceral that it really adds a ton to the final result. It's not just the stop motion, I think. It is a movie that is more than the mere sum of its parts.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, like I was just saying, like there is very intentional lighting a lot of the time. Like even, I don't know, like even when Jack is in Christmas mode, like they still kind of make lighting choices that are like more sinister, right? Which is like just, you know, kind of the point, obviously, is that like he's dumb and he's a Halloween man who doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, I think that's a great point because it's like there's nothing smoothed out. Like,
No.
It's very like tactile. I think that's a great,
Yeah, like everything. I mean, that I remember even thinking that every time Oogie Boogie showed up, like I was just like, so what? Like, I actually want to see like the model.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like he does just look like a bag.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what does the actual model look like when it's not like well lit and like moving? Is it like a plastic thing that just is textured like a bag, or do they actually just like fill a cloth with like a little skeleton,
burlap?
You know, like like have a little armature thing, and then they just stuffed an actual
There
chunk
was
of
a
burlap.
lot of armature mentions in the credits.
I mean, there were a lot of armatures. Armaturing.
Armaturing.
I mean,
Magic the armaturing.
can you imagine trying to walk down that curly cliff without armature?
Yeah, good point.
Couldn't happen.
Wow.
So thank your armature artists. How are they
Give
credited?
them a hug.
We kept thinking it said amateur, and we're like, oh no.
Engineers.
Armature engineers.
Armature.
Yeah.
Thank your armature engineers this holiday season.
Samai asks, why didn't Jack know the kids were in league with Oogie Boogie?
He does. Like like when they show up, the mayor's like, oh, it's those Oogie Boogie boys. And then he like says like, just don't involve Oogie Boogie. Like that's it.
Well, and he also gives instruction like make Santa comfortable.
Yeah.
He needs to give a lot more detail.
I mean, he clearly just is. He just can't
Just
read people.
So up in his own bubble.
He can't figure out that Sally is down for it.
Yeah. And that she's smart.
Yeah,
and knows
way
better
smarter than
this.
him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's pretty oblivious.
Like he literally his entire contingency plan is just telling them like, now don't involve your spooky boss that you throw things to all the time. That's it. That's it.
I've got myself to focus on.
Like it's like you just think of like as soon as they walk away, he's just like, you know, dusting his hands like, there, that did it. Santa will be fine.
I'm busy ignoring good advice.
That's right. Yeah, the answer, Samai, is that because he's dumb and got his skull up his own ass, even though he doesn't have one. His skull kissing his own tailbone.
Okay, Fra asks, which song was your favorite?
Wait, is that a different song?
Yes! That's a piece of classical music.
Oh, yeah.
Something Mountain King.
In that case, I think it's what is this? I liked what is this?
What's this?
And
It's
the
catchy.
other one that I used to have in my head.
The one with the kids?
Yeah, what is that one?
What?
You sang the same song.
I know. I can't think of what the other
Big
one
Boogie
is.
Boys song?
Yeah, what's the boogie?
Kidnapping Santa Claus.
There it is. I like that one too.
Yeah. I mean, This Is Halloween, again, as Beth said, it truly slaps.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite.
It's so good.
It establishes all the characters.
But like in a fun way.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like, I like that it's just like, I don't know. I like how they all have their own little deals when it's their turn to sing their little part of the song, especially the Dracula Quartet, of course.
So good.
Before we close out, I should answer my own bet.
Okay.
Did I see this movie before? I don't think I did.
Okay.
Oh.
But I did have both moments of I've never seen this before and I remember that.
Maybe-
So in all ways, I guess I both won and lost every bet that I made against myself.
Nice. Maybe it's like Beth was saying, like you just saw like the commercials that had very very memorable scenes from the movie.
Totally.
Like when the kid pulls out the shrunken head, like that's definitely in the commercials.
Yeah.
did not pass Bechdel Wallace or even
No.
come close.
There were witches.
There were.
They were right there.
Right there.
And they were talking. I mean, they talked kind of to each other, but they're just called like Big Witch and Little Witch or something like that
Yeah.
in the credits. It's not like it's not like anyone even like addressed them directly.
And nobody really talks to Sally except
Yeah.
her oppressor
And Jack.
and then Jack at the end.
And kind of Jack. Jack like, is like
Kinda.
yeah. Like they're not really talking to each other.
No.
She's talking to him and he's like,
Not listening.
You're
Yes.
going to do a great job. Yeah, he keeps telling her she's going to do great.
While she's saying like, this is a disaster. Everything's going to be on fire.
He's like, make me a costume. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jack.
Jack.
Like he means well in his way,
Yeah.
but
He's
just
just
a,
not emotionally kind of immature.
no, because he's been living such a privileged life as the hot pumpkin king of Halloween Town. Everybody it's like, oh, Jack, I made you some more soup with wormwood soup. Oh, Jack,
That was the scariest Halloween ever.
Jack, I'm the sea monster thing that seems to be the most horny for you at the beginning of the movie.
Look over here, Jack. I'm part of a vampire choir.
Oh, I'm also part of the vampire choir. For some reason, I talk like this. Love that. Love those Draculas. Yeah.
Well, before we get to our own ratings,
Good. Nice.
we have a rating that someone gave to us. We have a 5-star review.
Oh,
my
I didn't know
gosh.
where that was going. I was on the
thought
edge of my
I was
seat.
doing my best, Dan.
It was a
impression.
great
Thank
segue,
you.
and I
Yeah.
jacked it. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to mess up the segue further.
okay.
Real quick, thank you so much to all of our Discord
Yes,
peeps
Yeah.
for sending in Q's and C's.
we love it.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate engaging with you, the fans. Fan engagement.
And back to what we were doing before. Dan, come back. This is a disaster.
Who knew? We give him so much shit for
It's like
just
half my job. It's just
tripping over himself. And yet without him, we are adrift.
yeah.
It's like you know what it is? I think it's like we're so used to his particular brand of chaos
Yes.
that we've like learned how to navigate it. So without that anchor, it's like,
I'm just bobbing and weaving nothing.
yeah.
He's our pumpkin king.
He's our pumpkin king. Oh.
Aw. Quick, somebody talk about how manned space travel is a bad idea.
I should send a machine.
So we do have a 5-star review, which, as you might remember, if you leave us a 5-star review anywhere, we will read it on the podcast in a voice that makes sense.
Yep.
Or does not make sense.
Yep. If you'd like us to read it, you might have to send an email to hello@totesrecall.com because our fun technology that used to just tell us when people left us reviews is deprecating itself. Mm-hmm. It's jacking it.
It's
Jacking it hard. This is the part I feel bad that Dan's not here more than
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, he
that
would.
we've created the phrase jacking it. He's not here to enjoy it. Created
We'll
the
tell
phrase.
him all about it in the next episode.
Oh, we sure will. Wow. Yes, we do have a 5-star review.
Which voice?
Would anyone like to read it in a particular manner? Beth, perhaps you'd like to be the jazz saxophonist who calls him Bone Daddy.
How did he talk again? Bone Daddy.
He's like, oh, hey, good job.
Oh, good job.
Bone Daddy. That's great.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to remember that your chin is like 8 inches long.
Okay, here it is. You can edit yourself. 5 stars from C. I'm dying laughing at the birds, but Beth telling Dan he can edit made me laugh so hard. Been listening since the beginning.
Oh.
Mary the Tin Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bone Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Thank
you so much. See?
That is right up my alley. Wait, I don't think I wanted to betroth to Tin Man.
I don't know if any of us did. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
He was.
Wait.
I was hot for Tin Man, but I can't remember if I
Yeah.
wanted to marry or.
I think I mean, check the tapes. Totes heads. I'm pretty sure maybe I did say marry the Tin Man because I think I said that the lion would be a very generous lover because he's so desperate for approval.
Yeah, you did
I think
say
so.
that.
Yeah. So maybe I married the Tin Man.
Yeah. I think the rest of us said kill the lion.
Oh,
Anyway, thank you for.
It wasn't marry F kill.
it wasn't.
No, we
It
used
was
a different.
words.
We did
Yeah.
for that one.
Banish, marry, and then I think like oil. I don't remember.
Check the
Molly
tapes.
wants to oil the Tin Man.
Oh, grow, grow.
Oh boy.
Wow. Excellent Bone Daddy guy voice,
Yes,
by the way.
really.
I really enjoyed that.
So good.
Genuinely.
You
Great.
didn't like drop into an Irish accent or anything,
No.
which I
No.
would have easily done.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Or like into a Dracula, which was so tempting in this particular
Oh, that would have
situation.
been a great opportunity for Dan to do as Dracula.
Yep.
Ugh,
But we
well,
got Beth Saxman instead.
which is pretty great.
Great.
Well, leave more reviews and maybe the Dracula will come back.
Ooh, invite him into your review.
Oh,
It's me. I'm also a Dracula.
I'm also one and I've got a hockey puck here.
My name is Marcy, but I don't know any other woman's name.
We live on opposite sides of Halloween time.
Hey, anybody want to be my bunny friend?
Can we take a moment real quick about speaking of women in Halloween
Yeah.
Town? Can we take a quick moment to appreciate the extreme believability that Creep Supreme Mad Scientist would just build a new woman that looked
Oh.
exactly like him?
Yeah, put half his brain in there.
Yeah.
Also narcissism.
Yes. And I felt relieved for her.
For
Sally.
oh yes.
Because she's been replaced, and honestly, he was enslaving himself at that point, right?
Mhm.
He was enslaving half of his own brain
Yeah.
to have to talk to him.
Yes.
So,
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe at that point, not enslaved anymore. Do you think?
no, I do. I
Introspective.
think this is like a severance situation, right?
Whoa.
Like harnessing.
I mean, it kind of is, right? Doesn't he
Yeah.
literally take half his brain and
takes
stuff it into
literally half of his brain and puts it into another being.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is separate from him.
Wow.
But the same.
Yeah.
So anyway, and all for conversation. So, maybe Halloween Town isn't that great, guys.
Did we think it was?
No, never did.
You already
Never
said
did.
there were like no eligible bachelors. Or good ones, I should say.
Well-
no good men in Halloween Town. There ain't no good men in Halloween Town.
It's rain and organs.
Ugh.
Ugh. Hey, you know what I almost forgot?
Hey.
We're supposed to do our own ratings.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I thought you were going the first time.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Then I forgot. I'm not Dan, okay?
okay.
All right, Dan.
Yes.
Other Dan.
Oh,
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Dan.
The only Dan for now.
As we know, you go first again.
Oh my God, it's so stressful.
You gave it a 4.
Thank you.
I didn't take notes because I didn't think of it until Molly started talking.
Nice. I think I said that I was worried that something that I enjoyed as a child would just be a slog. Or like something that I thought was just okay as a child would just be a slog as an adult. There were definitely moments that were kind of a slog. Because it was like, and maybe this is more a comment on modern media where I'm just expecting to be dazzled by a filmed musical and like the production value was only so high for a movie like this, considering that it was just a bunch of models and then I assume Danny Elfman just sort of like sitting in a little booth like over.
Are you describing how you thought it would be when you first watched it?
No, I'm saying like now I was I feel like I've been spoiled by modern movie musicals where the production values are so high and like there's such quality sound and the rich orchestral accompaniment. Whereas this is sometimes you're just kind of like, yeah, singing the song, I guess.
Oh.
I mean,
Wow,
not Catherine
harsh.
O'Hara, of course.
No,
What
treasure.
place? Such a treasure. But yeah, I don't know. It's just sort of like, yeah, this is okay. But I do think the aesthetics of it are still really cool. I love the character designs and stuff. So I guess I'll say 3.5.
Okay.
It's like it still looks super cool, which is the thing I always liked about it. But I think even as a kid, I was sort of like, yeah, part of this is fine. And the rest was like, it's there. But sometimes it's like, I don't care about this part.
So that's 3.5. Jack
Clapp, and the Danger Cutes.
Yes.
Yes. So that's 3 platinum records, 1 gold.
Nice.
Wow.
And those 3 platinum records are
Oh no.
for Shake Me Up Bone Daddy, Dracula Round the Clock, Pumpkin Day, and the gold record, of course, Jack's Lament.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, so I go second,
Which we all know without prompting.
I had said that I also agreed that it would probably be kind of a slog, and I agree with myself. I think that middle section is just slow.
There's a lot of just like them talking about how they're going to do Christmas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there isn't a lot of action really. It's like a lot of planning.
Yes.
That's which, as you said, like action happens between the cuts.
Right.
So, is that what you said?
Something like that.
I wasn't listening.
I know you weren't because you're too busy making a perfect podcast, listeners.
Thank you. Yeah, I also agree. I think that the visual style of it is really cool. It's got a very unique look to it that has now been replicated by things, but that was definitely the first one that was made in that style. So, yeah, I think I'm also going to say 3.5.
Wow.
3.5 what?
3.5 Jack Clapp and Danger Cutes.
And the Danger Cutes.
And the Danger Cutes. That's not what I had written down.
That might have not been what we said in the first half. Who knows?
You want me to name?
Of course I do.
Okay, well, of course, there's Smashing Pumpkins Revisited.
Oh.
There's hip hop in the style of Jack Skellington. There's the Fresh Prince of Pumpkins.
This musical group has such range. My God.
And, of course, the gold album is Jack's Lament.
Of course. Part 2. It's like, oh, they went back to the Jack's Lament? Well, got savaged on Pitchfork.
Yeah.
No.
Dan's review that he sent in is happening now.
Hey, Totes, it's me and Dan again. I have just watched the trailer for the movie. This is what you get. I hope Dan brought it so you have enough Dan content. If not, I'm sorry. I'll yell very loud on the next episode. Okay, my only other thought really is the brain guy. There's like a mad scientist. Is he horny for the lady? And what's the lady's deal? Is she a zombie? She's like stitched together, right? But also she's like really nice. There's a dog that's cool, right? Isn't there a dog that's like a sheet? Like it's like a cone with a sheet? Okay. I still think Boogie Woogie probably rules. That's it. Goodbye. Happy Halloween. Christmas. This is Christmas. Oh, boy. Hey, Totes Heads. Okay, I promise this is the last one. I got nervous that Boogie Woogie didn't rule and was actually problematic somehow. So I watched his song, and turns out his name is Oogie Boogie. So, bummer for me. But also I still think he rules, and I'm open to being told I'm completely wrong and he is problematic. But looks cool. Boogie Woogie is the character from the board game King of Tokyo, the Halloween expansion. That's why I got confused. Don't get mad at me. That's a fun game. I recommend it. Now I'm wondering, but also he seems like he's probably older than that, right? Like it's just like a burlap sack filled with weirdness. Is that just like an old folk creature? Is that the original Boogeyman? Also, is Boogeyman related to Booger at all? This is a question I would have made Molly look up on Wikipedia, and she probably would have refused. And also Dan would have told me to shut up. But Beth would have given me 10 to 20 high fives because she appreciates me. Okay, I'm done. Forever? No, I'll be back next time. Bye!
And Molly, of course, last but not least.
No one's
Never.
offended. Before I give my rating, classic I need to go back. I got distracted when we were talking about Disney before, but I
Yes.
want to be super clear.
It's about Ted Turner.
No.
Okay.
Although now that you mention it.
Oh my God.
Okay. But yes, Nightmare Before Christmas version of the Haunted Mansion is a thing and
Okay.
has been a thing since like 2002.
Okay.
And I think it's been every year in the US and in Tokyo, except for like 1 year during COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's a big deal. And a lot of people know about it.
So they just like throw a Jack Skellington in there, or
Well, no, they have to close the ride down for like 2.5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I forgot that there's a word for it. Not laminate. They just reimagine it.
sure,
As
Imagineer it.
as a world where Jack Skeletor is able to come in and yeah, it's very cool. And they have
Okay.
to like re-record all the voices.
Oh,
and
wow.
stuff. Anyway, it's very neat.
Huh.
So I'm sorry, Disney listeners. Like, it was bad enough we lost all the Anne Hathaway fans, but now I'm pretty sure all the Disney fans are gone.
All of
Disney
them?
adults.
Disney adult fans.
Oh,
They
no.
have to have left us long before when we were talking about one of the many Disney movies, right?
It's fair. I like Disney a lot. Let me just be clear. I have a really good time there, but I don't like spooky things.
Sure.
So even the Haunted Mansion in its regular iteration, I'm a little like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool,
Maybe
cool,
you'd love
cool.
it with Jack Skellington, though.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what the missing ingredient.
Except for, of course, for Oogie Boogie's neon roulette table or whatever.
Oogie boogie.
Who was that for? That was such an elaborate.
And it didn't make any sense.
I just like he's in a pit.
Yeah.
He never comes out of it. Like, is that like Halloween Town prison?
I was just asking that because they acted like he was sort of like the outcast of Halloween Town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe
Like
took
he-
it too seriously.
Yeah, he's too extreme.
Which just
I
seems
mean-
weird.
It sort of did give me the feeling of like a James Bond layer where the method of killing off the main characters is so elaborate
Yeah.
and so monologue heavy and silly. But then when Jack comes in and has to do a lot of aerobic
Yes. Flips and flits.
flips and flits to get through it, I don't know. You know what? It was exhausting. I will do my review now. I think I gave it like a 2.5.
Yes, Molly, you gave it a 2. That's what you were looking at.
2. Okay, yes. I gave it a 2, and I think it's because I thought I watched it and didn't like it, but that's not true. I've never seen it before. I thought I was just too cool for it because I was a sophomore in college when this came out. Now watching it with fresh eyes and hindsight, I think for the most part, I was really delighted by, I think the listener comment about it being the more than the sum of its parts was really true and really resonated with me. I really enjoyed a lot more of the bits than I thought I would. I was genuinely creeped out, which I suppose is a plus.
Yeah.
Not for me personally, but generally. And I thought it was just a really effective and fun movie with lots of great music. And then some spots where I was like, oh, I just feel like perhaps some of the creators jacked it in a few moments
Yeah.
where they got
Just
maybe a little
occasionally.
too in love with like some of their ideas and stuff, but also
yeah.
like way to go creativity, because you can definitely tell apparently they were making modifications all the way through.
I
Yeah.
believe it.
Bring it to life. Anyway, great job. I give it 4.
Okay.
Okay.
3.5. Sorry, I'm going to give it 3.5.
Wow.
Jack Clapp and the meat dangers. The danger meats.
Oh my God.
The danger cutes.
You created this.
I know.
You jacked it.
I just jacked it. I was just going to say, oh no, I jacked it. And the songs are, and you'd think I was thinking of them and I wasn't, but the
I
songs
never thought you were thinking
are Holy Foley,
yeah.
Oh.
Clap Around the Clock,
That's really good.
Tippity Tap, My Name is Jack,
Ooh.
and of course the gold album, Jack's Lament,
Part 3.
Part 3.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow.
Yep.
God, they just kept trying.
So they have
One of these times, Jack Clements is going to blow up. I like how, by the way, that not blowing up is still getting a gold record.
just to be clear, they have a song called "Clap Around the Clock" and Dracula.
Yeah. Look, they've been around for a long time. You know?
They've been around the clock a few times.
Listen, like, that's why, I mean, this is why they, like, had multiple attempts at or multiple arrangements of Jack's lament, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like you're just like running out of ideas. It's just like, I don't know, clap around the clock.
What is he sad about now?
Dracula around the clock. And like every time it's like, Jack, you're just looking at the clock.
Is Dracula around the clock like a Halloween version of Clap Around the Clock?
Oh, I love
That
that.
makes sense.
Like it's like there's blood at 1 and blood at
Keep going. This is amazing.
blood at 3 and blood at 4. There's blood at 5 and 6 and 7.
Yeah.
8 and 9 and 10 and 11. There's blood everywhere.
At midnight.
All the time here.
Yeah. Do it, Daddy.
Hey, yes.
Do it.
Bone.
do it. Oh, do it, Bone. Okay. Trying to find that tone.
Bone.
Get on that.
Bone Daddy.
Get on that clock, Bone Daddy.
What time is it? Is it time to rock?
That's how it starts.
Say, Bone.
What time is it? Is it time
That's
to
Jack
rock?
Clapp. That's Jack Clapp's speaking voice. It's very unsettling. That's partly the reason some of these songs didn't do as well. It's like, I mean, when he's singing, it's such a bop, but like, oh boy, when he talks into the microphone. Oh, hey, everybody. It's Jack Clapp here, bringing in the holiday spirit with Jack's Lament Part 3. And 1, 2, 3,
4 p.m.
This is great. This is our best rating system yet.
Sorry, Dan.
Totes Recall is hosted by Molly Chase, Beth Gibbs, Dan Jaquette, and Dan Linden. Produced by Beth Gibbs. New episodes of Totes Recall drop on the 15th of every month. For more information and bonus content, visit us at totesrecall.com. Thank you so much for listening.